well, I might be getting some of my own medicine today, you know? So I better get this body armor, you know? No artificial ingredients, no dyes, just all natural, you know? That's why body armor is the best at keeping you hydrated. You know, choose better, choose body armor. And this guest, well, he spent 2 seasons with the Mets and mentioned me in his retirement speech. I'm talking about Trevor May, you know? Trevor, what do you say? Let's go for a walk and, of course, I got a nice little shirt for you, too.
Hell yeah.
Available in the Barstool Sports Store.
Damn, you got my size right, too, right away.
Let's go for a walk.
Let's do it.
Frank walks. It's time for Frank walks.
All right, now, I love the Mets, but I know I know I go over the top. I just feel emotional when they lose. The first question I have is, and I know my videos get viral, and I know there's and I don't blame anyone for it, a resentment.
Yeah.
What is it like for the players on the team when I just go nuclear?
I'll be honest. The vast majority of them love it. Like, they just think they don't take it too seriously. But like you just said, I'm a little bit different because you get emotional about the Mets and I get emotional about my own play. And those two things together maybe turn into, I don't know, yelling at each other on Twitter, which is easy when we're just two pictures yelling, right? But yeah, man, I have a really strong reactions just like you do, but it's usually attached to me and not the team. And that plagued me my whole career. But for the most part, like Danny Vogelback thought you were hilarious, like loved it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah,
we'll
say, hey, that's what Frank said.
I can't believe that.
Yeah,
You know?
He thought you were hilarious. Most guys do think you're hilarious, and trust me, it's
because, golly, I think he's the one guy who could probably beat in a foot race.
Maybe. He never did get that steal, did he? Never did get that steal.
Well, that's because Adam Ottavino was on the Mets. If Adam Ottavino was on the mound, he probably could have got that steal.
That's a great point. That's a great point. That guy led, what did he led the league every year in stolen bases given up for all pitchers.
Yeah.
Not just relievers, all pitchers. He knows. I've talked to him about it a lot. He knows.
So, well, he's going to be in the media now.
Yes, he is. I know about that as well.
Now,
no, he's a good one.
You had a nice career as a setup man, reliever, Twins, Mets, and, well, you were sort of in the majors at the end of the year. Out there in Oakland.
Yeah.
I
hear that. Yeah, I mean, I look back and I say, was I ever going to be in the Hall of Fame? No. So it was just about trying to do the job every day, and I thought I did a fairly good job, and there were times where things didn't go well. But I actually, in that same kind of spirit, I have had many people tell me that they want me to ask you this question.
All right.
So there is that. I don't know if you saw, but I just recently did the LOL Mets video, where I broke down the whole history, at least since the Bobby Bonilla thing, and then since then. So just since 2000, I didn't know half this stuff. So first of all, I did not give you enough credit for the things you've gone through. But second, I found that the tweet said Trevor May is not good, which I just thought was straight to the point, hard to refute. But what's your favorite memory of me? Positive. What's your favorite positive memory of me pitching? Do you even have one? Is there a moment where I got the job done and you're like, let's go, Trevor? You just didn't tweet it?
That probably 5 out of 8 times at least. They brought you in the game and you got the job done. It wasn't like you just imploded every time.
Yeah.
It was like you pretty much were close to being almost automatically reliable.
Yeah.
The problem is, Reed Garrett I think he's just out of gas, and he was so great, and now all of a sudden can't get anyone out.
Yeah, you go through those. We just talked about Ottavino. He would go from lights out in 22, struggled in 23. It's like life of a reliever, man. One little thing gets off and you give up some runs in 3 or 4 outings and your whole year is fucked. And that was never fun. So I'll take that kind of as a positive. 5 out of 8 times I did the job. 67% rate, I'll take it.
You weren't the type of pitcher that when you came in the bullpen in the game was like, oh shit.
I get it. I wasn't
I mean,
2022 sugar, okay?
I mean,
Not everyone can be 2022 sugar.
I mean, Adam Ottavino, he came in the game last year, was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Out the lead goes.
It's funny, if you told him that, I think he would say, there was a point in time where I was like, oh shit, when I went to the game. So, and we do feel that sometimes. We're human. We wish we didn't, but we do.
Now, I like when you retired,
Yeah.
you like went,
For sure.
you went like right after John Fisher.
Oh yeah.
I think that guy is a blight on baseball.
I agree.
A blight.
I agree.
Now, whether or not Oakland is a city capable of being a major league franchise anymore, okay,
There's a debate there, right?
there's a debate there.
Yeah.
The city is kind of broken down.
Yeah.
The stadium needed to be replaced.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Giants played a role in this too. You know the
course.
Giants? The San Francisco Giants, and last week, when the A's went to out to San Francisco this year, they did this whole thing. We're welcoming Oakland fans, playing Celebration, Celebrate Oakland.
Yeah.
Was the biggest phony, hypocritical thing I've seen a franchise do that was sickening. Because the San Francisco Giants blocked that team from moving to San Jose, which would have been, maybe bad for some people in Oakland, might have been sore, but the fans in that Bay Area could have still had their team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could've still
Sacramento's
had their
definitely
team.
farther away, and
But
not a it's not a great
It's not
venue.
Vegas.
It's not Vegas.
But at least San Jose, you got the chips out there, the computer chips.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, they could have drawn there, 100%. And it would have been about the same distance from, like, the same rivalry, same everything. It would have stayed the same.
The rivalry would have been the same, but the Giants took advantage of the A's in the 80s where, oh, you mind us building a minor league team in San Jose? And the A's were, when they were at the top of their game, said, yeah, you know what? We share the Bay. No, we can do that.
Yeah.
And then the Giants said that, well, we now own the rights to San Jose and blocked them. So they're a bad guy here. And then you got the commissioner. I hate that guy.
I know. I know you do.
That guy. I don't even call it. He is not Rob Manfred to me. He is Rob Manfraud.
Knew it. Yes.
He
Got
is
one.
Rob Manfraud. Because this guy, I don't think he actually reveres baseball. I don't think he likes baseball. And I think what he allows these owners to do. And I'm afraid for 2027 what's coming.
Yeah.
I'm afraid for what's coming in 2027 because it looks like he's trying to do a war chest and he does not care if the sport shuts down for 2 or 3 years because he doesn't care about baseball. He doesn't like the sport and he wants the sport to be completely changed so we have more owners like Bob Nutting, more owners like John Fisher, the Marlins. The Marlins are a joke. The Marlins don't even, the Marlins as soon as the guy starts to get good, oh, we might have to give him some money when it comes to arbitration. No, you're off the team. They don't get anybody back. They trade for all like 18-year-olds and they're dead last place all the time. The Rays?
What do you mean? They signed Tim Anderson 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, washed up Tim Anderson, who nobody wanted anymore. I mean, it's they don't even try. Pittsburgh, I know Paul Skeens he is looking at his calendar every day like it's a prisoner getting ready to get out as soon as he is eligible to be a free agent. But he's not going to get there because as soon as he's arbitration eligible, in fact, just Pittsburgh, just trade him now. Get 1,000 picks. Maybe you get enough picks where you actually compete for 2 years. But of course, when those guys get good, you'll trade them too because you're a lousy, pathetic owner. I say any team that takes money, revenue sharing, if they can't make a $50 million or at least maybe $70 million payroll, if they can't get to that level, they shouldn't get one dime. Because these owners, these Bob Nuttings, these John Fishers, and John Fisher What a con man he is. John Fisher. You know, John Fisher, I'm not going to say that Oakland was not a great place. But Vegas is going to know. Vegas is going to know. The best thing that can happen in the sport is, and God forbid he gets $1 billion, but, you know, that's out of the way of the game. The best thing that can happen in baseball is when that team moves to Vegas, he sells the team 1 year later and gets out because John Fisher is a blight on the game. Bob Nutting's a blight on the game. I don't even know who owns the Marlins.
I don't either. There's like 500 owners in Marlins, which is the problem. There's no one to make any decisions.
I mean,
it's
they
it's
brought in
crazy.
Derek Jeter, and then
they didn't listen to him.
They didn't listen to him, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
Kim Ng, she was looked like she had to do what she was doing. She's gone. I mean, these franchises don't even try to compete. I mean, the Rockies made some mistakes. That's a little.
At least it seems like their owner is a fan of their team.
Hold on a second.
Anyway, where were we?
But these owners
yeah, they
are
also,
just rotten for the game, and
some of them are.
I'm not talking about
Yeah,
Steve Cohen.
yeah.
Obviously, I'm not talking about the Dodgers. I'm not talking about the teams that try to compete, or I'm talking about these garbage owners whose teams will always be in last place and just don't spend a dime. You know, they make money. They make money. These
Every
players,
time.
these teams make money. And they say, oh, the game's unfair. You know, don't spend to the level of the Mets, the Dodgers. You could still be good and compete. The Brewers compete.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't spend a whole lot of money. I mean, the Rays, they're always pretty damn good. They got some good ownership. They get some good scouting.
Yeah.
They
compete.
don't sign the big names. But hey, they
the Guardians compete.
Guardians compete.
It's not that hard.
You just draft well, and then you try to keep your players and maybe put in a few pieces here and there, and you can make a playoff run like the Texas Rangers did last year.
Yeah.
Or the year before, I should say, 2023. But you win one championship, it's worth forever. And they just don't, they just so, this guy in Pittsburgh is a clown.
Yeah.
Because I know people want to buy that team, he just refuses to sell it.
Because it's free money, man. It makes money if you hear any owner ever say that they lost money, they're lying. No one's lost money in years. Not a single team has not made money, which is just, I'm tired of it, but you'll never be able to prove it because they'll never prove anything.
And then you got the situation where teams are playing in minor league ballparks. The Rays is understandable, at least they're playing in a spring training home.
Yeah, they got hit by a storm. Like,
yeah.
They weren't planning on this, but.
Yeah, but I'm glad. It looks like they're going to be sold.
Yeah. And
hopefully, the best thing that can happen to that organization, build a ballpark in Tampa proper.
Yes.
Build a ballpark in Tampa proper. St. Pete, they just are, it's so hard to get out to St. Pete for these fans in Tampa.
Have you gone down?
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, that stadium has all the charm of watching baseball inside a Costco.
Yeah, it feels like an Amazon warehouse. And also, playing on it feels like you're playing on the concrete floor of an Amazon warehouse. My back blows out every time I run there.
I mean, that place is... but, yeah, these owners, and I know and Manfred's is going to say, oh, we don't have a good TV contract. Yeah, well, because you don't want to have a good TV contract. You don't want to have a good TV contract. I mean, it's...
And yet, last year, record revenues, record profits.
Yes. I mean...
but hey, is there any rule changes that you do like?
The pitch clock.
I gotta admit, I came around on it. Well, now I don't have to deal with it anymore. It messed me up, but once I figured it out,
I could tell
I
it
liked
messed you guys up.
Oh, yeah.
What the worst thing is, in 2023...
all the old guys got messed up.
Is they had to do the stupid World Baseball Classic.
Not a big fan of the World Baseball Classic.
Because it interrupts spring training. You guys should be working up slowly.
Yeah.
Not being thrown into...
Novocaine, right?
Yeah.
Not being thrown into these international games.
Yeah.
And I know the Americans, it's like, let's just play spring training games.
Yeah.
But for like the Dominican players, the Japanese players,
I love it.
It's like, oh, we got to win this.
Yeah.
And that's understandable.
Would you like it better if it were at a different time? I don't know when you would do it, but like just not in spring training?
I tell you when. and it might be, I don't know if you'll have the same things or the same issues. November.
November.
David, you used to, remember they used to send the Major League All-Stars to Japan in November?
Oh yeah, do it like that.
Yeah, November.
Yeah. I mean, all the Latin guys are going to play winter ball anyways. They're
Yes.
gonna play more anyways. Honestly.
Yes, November.
And
After the World Series, November.
and
I
then
think you'd get a better tournament. I also think, and this is something that they should really think about, shutting baseball down for 3 weeks
in the middle, right?
in July
Yeah.
or August
do it then?
in 2028. Bring the major leaguers to the Olympics.
Wouldn't that be fun?
It's in LA.
It'd be sick. It'd
Bring
be
the major
so much
leaguers
fun.
to the Olympics.
And think about the money, Rob.
Oh.
Think about all that money.
But the guy doesn't know how to sell the game. And I've known this for 40 years. Major league owners are queasy when major leaguers get endorsement deals. That sells the game. The NBA figured it out years ago.
Yeah.
That older athletes are on commercials. Major League Baseball, oh, I don't really like this guy on commercials. It might make his contract value go up. No, you're selling the game. But yeah, oh, you know, that water's not very good, you know. You really should choose better, especially on a hot day like this. I mean, look at that. Here we go. Body Armor Chill. That thing really will refresh you and rehydrate you. Feel really better.
Chill. That word's hitting different on a 90-degree day like
Oh,
today.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Choose better. Choose Body Armor. Yeah, I know you're working on your Twitch.
Yeah.
How's that going?
My the YouTube channel's going really good. Hey, I got my live show I do every Monday where we do updates. I bring in guests. If you're ever interested, you're gonna be my Mets guy. All you have to do is nod your head because
All right, yeah.
I need your take, especially
just
with how
gotta
the
be-
team's
I
doing
just-
this year.
Lately, not so well.
Yeah, great timing for this walk. Huh?
God, it just.
But I gotta cover the Sunday night game.
I'm gonna probably live stream it, even though it's against Game 7. I mean,
Oh, it is against Game 7,
yeah.
isn't it?
Although Game 7 begins
stinks.
at what, 8?
Yeah.
So by the time maybe the second half, you can watch watch
There you
me, and then watch the second half. But this is, you're not even gonna see this. It's gonna be aired in a couple of weeks anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I live stream from time to time. I do that.
Okay.
Hopefully the Mets will win a live stream when I do it. But
When was the last time they won on a live stream?
the last time they won,
Yeah. Do they lose every time you live stream or something?
no, they actually game they won was the last live stream I did.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, then maybe you should do it more. Maybe you
I
should
just
do it
had a
more.
busy week, so I really couldn't do a live stream.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I try to do it all the time, at least once a week.
How are you voting in the election?
But well, thanks for joining me.
Of course.
And of course, you know, I might have been critical sometimes, but overall, I would say you were a good man.
Thank you.
Are you going to be there on they're having an old timers game this year?
I'm not doing the old timers game, but I will. I'm coming a day early next week too to do another thing, so I might actually go to the Saturday game.
Is it the Met game Saturday? The
Yeah.
Yankees?
Yeah.
I'll be there. City,
Oh, it's Met Yankees too. Hell yeah.
it's going to be City Field Mets against Chase Stadium Mets in September. They're going to have like a 2-inning game.
Dude, that's gonna be a tough one. I was just gonna go take the 7 line. I'll show up with a gold card and just try to get a ticket. See what happens. But they do have an allotment that just sits outside for those. So I'm kind of guaranteed to get in.
But yeah, it's Mets Yankees next
Oh, hell yeah.
4th of July weekend.
That's a fun one. That's a fun one. Sick. Have you ever considered maybe this has been mentioned to you? I genuinely think you could sell tickets to go up on a stage and people could throw you things to rant about. You could just go off.
I could probably do that.
Maybe get a Yankees guy and a Red Sox guy to sit with you, and you can all rant.
I don't think he needs props. Just give him a mic and you're good.
Yeah. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.